Iissiidiology is aimed to turn over the collective consciousness of science, an example of people weight changing after higher frequency song singing. Discussion with Oks, Ph.D. molecular physics. Okay, the point now. The only problem is that I try now to turn all collective consciousness of science completely over. This is the main point. Let them swear me, blame me as they want to, as fraud and so on, but I want to try. So as scientists start to look at the surrounding world much more deeply and infinitely. Although what I talked about is quite finite. That is, I have modeled the infinity to some kind of thing which one could grasp at. And that's a huge deal already. They can drag here kind of something out of all of this to revise the laws slightly. For example, laws about gravity force. But it's unclear. They revised them again and again. Now there is a string theory, and they continue to revise more and more. Nothing works. Well, let me now start to revise. What position is proper for that? We talked that every man out of 7 billions uses his or her own quantum and builds the world on the base of inertial junction of many different information levels out of exactly the same quantum. But electromagnetic fields modeled at that by every self-consciousness are different for everybody, right? Because we use different levels of thoughts, different levels of feelings. Therefore, energy potential of every thought and every feeling differs. And this will be proved very soon by scientists, or even already is. Medicine already studies brain on the thought impulses. They will conclude soon that every thought has its own potential. But they even are receiving visualization already. Right? The thought about something sublime has one frequency. The thought about something more low has another frequency. Oh yes, there is even the polygraph which reflects these frequencies. When a man starts to feel fear, then one frequency is shown. When a man in a calm state, there is another frequency. What is it? It is changing of the energy potential. But with polygraph, they take impulses from nervous system. Well, it's clear, of course. What I'm saying, these energy stresses, for example, with high amplitude, strongly differ from those stresses with small amplitude from such modulations. That is, what is hidden behind these schemes has different force interpretation, different force substance. Therefore, a human being who operates one sort of thoughts with more high quality and feelings with more high quality creates the possibility to generate gravity field with another potential than a human being who operates with low quality thoughts and feelings. And this electromagnetic interaction creates inside themselves another gravity field. In their bodies? In their bodies too. Here's the thing. When we talk about something more higher, which doesn't relate to some specifics, but to something spiritual, for example, what is called divine, and we start to belong to it completely, we kind of enter the states. Then the body weight changes as well. Why it changes? because electromagnetic interaction of thoughts and feelings which we use to create our individual space, our individual world, also forms certain values of gravity field wherein we stay and wherein objects stay which surround us. Because all what we form in our self-consciousness has completely different meaning than what other people form in the same continuum. There are examples. Nobody can explain this. Iissiidiology can. When we think, our weight changes. And they can make an endless number of experiments, and they will always prove to be true. We made the following measurements. All singing participants weighted themselves before singing and right after singing. The results were stunning and amazing. I watched people who really entered more qualitative states. Their auras changed on sky blue, emerald, lemon blue, amethyst, blue colors. They just started to light with indigo color, especially when a song has filled with the kind of high mental contents. But someone sings and their mind wanders off. Their thoughts look like these. I have to do something washing, I have to do those things, well, right after singing I have to go and close the door, do that thing, do another thing, do prepare something. But they continue to sing. Their mouth opens, the voice comes out, but the person stays on the everyday levels. They don't participate in these more qualitative information flows. So, we made such measurements 3 days at 3 singing sessions. The difference in the weight before and after singing songs reaches the value of 1.5 pounds at the same scales and with the same clothes on. Well, to say about people on the lower qualitative level, first of them were on everyday level, and the second had fallen and had anxiety-provoking thoughts. Their weight had an addition of 0.5 pound or even more. Nothing has changed during this time. Nobody drank water or something. Well, it's impossible for 1.5 pound of water to evaporate out of a body on the biological level, correct? More than that, another thing, have finished singing, we start to move or have some meal, we measure the weight in 15 minutes and the weight returns to the before singing state. How could this happen? Well, you are welcome. There is information for your consideration. Well, but you told that the addition or decrease of weight doesn't depend on qualitative states. No, I told that I don't know how this happens. Does it depend on qualitative state or something else? And when I have looked through the scheme of space quantizing, then everything became very clear to me. Different electromagnetic fields create different gravity compounds of those persons, of those contours, which are modulating this space. Therefore, automatically, if the gravity parameter differs, then my body has different weight in every instant of time, dependent on what creative activity levels comprise the base of my self-consciousness at the moment. This is the first thing.